Hey, John, with the Facebook people following the team around, did you ever worry about egos or anything with the young players?
No. But we're all just acting like they're not here.
Is that easy to do?
It is for me. I think it is for them. We're just literally ignoring them. So, yes.
What do you see out of Alabama that you can exploit a little bit, or maybe in target
They're good.
areas?
They're a good team. They got some young guys playing well. They got their veterans playing well. They're physical and athletic. They got length. They're a good team. They've beaten good people. They've beaten ranked teams. Beat Auburn. So they're good. They're a good team.
Calipari's a guy you were obviously really familiar with. He's
Yeah.
had 10 threes in a game and 8 threes in a game
Yeah.
this season.
He's playing good for them. He's playing good. He's a good player.
John, you guys have lost 4 in a row, obviously, but you were right there in every game, competitive against everyone you've played. What do you draw on to try to remind the guys?
Well, you know, last 5-6 minutes, we go 1 for 7 with 2 turnovers. You know, when we have a 4-point lead, miss a 3 in the corner that you can't believe it didn't go in. But that being said, a bunch of these games, it's not that they were taken, they were given. And we got to get out of that mode. And I'll say this though, because of that, even watching the last game, we'll have a spell of 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then instead of being up 10 or 12, all of a sudden it's anybody's ball game. We got to get through that. But you know, this is the hard part of it, and this could make us what we're going to be at the end of the year, or this could break people down. What I'm trying to do is say, let's use it as fuel. Let's have this make us stronger. You know, talk about coming together, man. You got to do this together. You're not going to be able to bust through this by yourself. So,
how do you think the league being better this year will better prepare you when you do and get into the tournament to play those kind of teams every game?
well, we got to get through the league. You know, we got stuff we got to get through here, and it makes it harder. I mean, you know, there have been times where you're struggling, but you're playing a team coming up, okay, we can get these guys at home, we know that. And none of that in this league right now. And like I said after the last game, you want to talk about Vanderbilt or whoever else. Mississippi beat Alabama. So we can talk about who we want, but we're all within 3 to 5 points of each other. The team that's been doing the best job has been Auburn. They've figured out ways of winning any type of close game, and then they create a gap and they'll get somebody by 25. The rest of us, everybody's hanging around everybody. And so I think that veteran teams have done better than we young teams.
Cal, have you ever had a group of starters this late in any season, going back to UMass, where 4 of your 5 starters had more turnovers than assists?
No. But again, I'm trying to get them to make easy plays instead of hard plays. You know, passing, being a willing passer, which leads to easy assists at times. It's all stuff they're figuring it out. You just got to speed up the process. And I wish I could skip steps with these guys, but you just don't.
John, from what you've seen of Colin Sexton, what makes him such a good point guard?
He can really, he gets to the rim. He's good in pick and rolls. He'll run downhill, but he could be a pass-first point guard. Like he'll get guys involved. He's good player.
John, you said in the past you have no rear view mirror on your car. You also don't like to look ahead. You said it makes you too anxious.
Yep.
Is this moment by moment, game by game, preparing day by day? Is that specific just for this team?
Well, when you're dealing,
where you live,
it's you know, any time you start thinking ahead, you feel anxiety. You got to step back. Anytime you're looking at what happened before, you got to grieve and but then you got to move on. With this group, they're so young that I've got to be aware of the doubt that losing puts in their minds. But like I told them yesterday, this game you had the lead, you had a 7-point lead. This game, come on now, you had a 4-point lead. The last game you had a 4-point lead. This game you should have won all those and we'd be feeling different. Individual players, on the other hand, if you're not playing as well as you need to play, this is where they won't listen. You're not on your A game. You simplify everything. And you fall into the team and you make the plays the team needs you to make until you get going. Not the fabulous plays, the heroes plays, because it just doesn't work. I've done this 30 years. So I'm trying to convince the guys that aren't playing as well as they had been playing, just tone it down, we're fine. Play harder, do all the little things, get a rebound, play better defense, fly up and down the floor, knowing that when I get it, if I can't shoot it, I'm not making a hard play. I'm not going to be a turnover machine. That's not who I'm going to be. And so trying to get a team full of guys where you say, well, this guy has more assists and turnovers, that's a couple of the guys. But I just got to be focused on them. I'm trying to give them what they need. You know, I still feel great. You know, but I'm not 18, 19 playing at Kentucky. So you know, I'm looking at it like, all right, let's go do this next game. Here we go. And I really believe if we can win one, I think this thing starts changing for us. But you got to win one. And there's nobody going to give us anything. They get a chance to beat us, they're going nuts. I mean, it's how it is.
Cal, from your experience at Memphis when the Grizzlies came there, do you have any advice for this kind of renewed push for the NBA to Louisville that they announced yesterday?
Not really. I didn't hear about it. So
Dan Issel is in charge.
Dan
is joining now.
It'd be a pretty good guy to have in charge if you wanted it.
John, how hard is it with the league being as competitive as it is to convince players and fans that there's going to be some losses? It's just going to be part of the deal.
Well, I'm in Kentucky. It's hard to convince anybody you're supposed to lose any games, but it's, you know, I'm not. All I'm focused on are these kids. I'm not worried about convincing the fans of anything. I would hope we've established enough of a relationship this program has, with the vast majority of the fans, that they trust that the program's in good hands, that stuff happens and we'll deal with it. And this is one of those things that obviously I haven't gone through in a long time. This program hadn't gone through in a long time. But guess what? You go through it. And other programs, you're looking around the country, everybody's getting beat. It's just how, I just got to get this team right. And if I'm worried about fans or all the other clutter, I can't do my job, which is how do I get these guys to understand, first of all, how bad they need each other. You can't worry about what does the team need me to do? How much do I got to let them understand that I've been through this? I keep telling them I've done this 30 years. I've been through just about anything you could be through in this game I've been through. And having a losing streak, I've been through this. Having a tough schedule, and part of it is the schedule of games we had were tough games. You were hoping we would win one or two of them. You just didn't. Now we got to go on to the next game and get ourselves prepared to play. They were, by the way, they were great. All the stuff before Auburn were terrific. Kind of similar to the way they were before West Virginia. Yesterday they were fine. They're looking at my eyes. They want to know, please tell us. Like, there's no magic wand. I thought they did enough to win that road game. And again, let's say this. That's a #1 seed. We're on the road, and we're winning by 4 points with a shot with 6 minutes to go. We have our chances. It could have been a 2-point game. We missed a 1-footer, and that would have been with about 2.5 left. Okay, so we're not that far, but you got to win games. Close losses don't do it. I mean, you got to win some games.
Kevin Knox had a really solid first half, and then in the second half didn't get as many shot attempts. Is that him being less aggressive?
You ask me this every time. Here's what I would tell you. We are running to him. Sometimes you can't get him off because you won't believe this. The other team goes in at halftime, and they go, you cannot let him just, and then they come out and do what they're doing. So we want him to score.
Are they doing similar things with Shea late in games?
Well, he made a couple bad decisions. You know, the turnover, you know, I'd rather him shoot that. You know, to be honest, he's playing early in the game. He's making some breakdowns more as he is late.
So, John, if the team doesn't buy in, are you good enough of a coach to put them on your back and carry them through the tournament?
Nope. That's not who I've ever been. This is about empowering these guys, but they got to trust each other so they can be empowered, and we just haven't gotten there yet. And it's Willie Colley walked in yesterday and he said, why aren't they just trying to do this together, playing with you, just be one, and then they all benefit. I said, why did you trust me? And then he went like this. like all those players. I trusted what you told me. Bam, why did you trust him? We never threw you the ball till late in the year because I knew what I wanted to do and you were trying to help me. And I said that out so they could hear it. You just got to trust. I'm trying to help everybody. But no, I can't do it at the expense of the team. If someone's not playing well, we just can't play as well. Many minutes, you got to play less.
Cal, did you have those guys talk to the team?
No. They just talked to me where the team was
Was they
listening.
can hear?
Thank you.